Okay. Previously, I told you that we will discuss about the isomers. In organic compounds, isomerism can be seen, which cannot be seen in your inorganic compounds. In our difference between organic and inorganic compound, we have spoken about that. So now, what are these isomers? Isomer means that compounds, organic compounds, having same molecular formula but have different structure. Okay, they have got different structure, but the formula is same. So these phenomena is called as your isomerism, and those compounds are called as your isomers. Okay. Now, what are the properties of the isomers? Properties of the isomers are there. They are chemically similar. Chemically, they are same, but they differ physically. Their physical properties are different. Okay, they differ in their physical property. Then it has been seen that more is the number of carbon atom. More is the number of carbon atom in that compound, organic compound. More isomerism is seen. That is, more is the isomers. Next is type of isomerism. So depending on that, uh, types could be your chain, that is arrangement, yeah, branching of carbon is different in both of the or in the isomers, and another is the position, that is difference in position of functional group. One more isomerism is there. One more example is your stereoisomerism. This is because of arrangement of different arrangement of atoms around double bond. So they are also called as geometrical isomers. They form geometrical isomers. Let's take an example in case of your alkanes. Let's take the example of your butane, normal butane, or so this is your normal butane. These are all your hydrogens. So this is your N-butane. So when it's a straight long chain, we just name it as N-butane, common name. Now if it is like this, this is called as your tertiary butane, or this is called as your isobutane. Okay, it is the carbon here is connected to 3 carbon atoms, so it is called as your isobutane. So this is an example of your chain isomerism. Now suppose we have taken the compound example of 1 2 3 4 5 5 um, 5 carbon long chain of alkanes. So it is your pentane, and we will name it as N-pentane. Now it can have more chain isomerism, like it could have like this. See, the formulas are same. We will name it as same here. 3 carbons. This carbon is attached to 3 carbons. So this is here 1 carbon attached to 3 carbons. So it is isopentane. And one more possibility is that C. It is connected in all sides with carbon. So it is called as your neopentane. Okay, these are all examples of your chain isomerism. Now, position isomerism we can understand here in case of your alkenes. Let's take the example of alkenes, where also we can see the chain isomerism like this one. Okay, or we can write it as this is your 1-butene, that is the double bond is at the carbon 1. It could be your here the methyl group is not connected to this carbon, it is connected to this carbon. So what will be the compound now? It will be your, this is 1, this is 2 carbon, this is 2 methyl propene, as because it is in first carbon the double bond is there, so we don't have to write the position of this double bond here, the carbon which has got the double bond, we don't have to write. You see, if we go through the IUPAC nomenclature, the naming is becoming different, but their molecular formula is same. So these are isomers, the molecular formula is same. So this is your chain isomerism. Now let's see one more example. Suppose I'm taking this example only. Okay, and another one I'm taking the double bond over here. So what is happening? The double bond is now in carbon 2. Okay, it is in carbon 2. This was in carbon 1, this was in carbon 2. So this is your 1-butene. This is your 2-butene. So here the position is changing. So therefore it is a position isomer. So these double bond are also functional group. Okay, so the position is changed over here. And in another example, suppose here I am not showing anything, means this is carbon. Okay, see this, in this compound these two CH3 are on the same side of the double bond. It might possible that the CH3 will be in either side of the double bond. So this is your 2-butene cis, and this is your 2-butene trans. So this is your stereoisomerism, or we can call them as chain isomerism. Now in alkanes also we can see a position isomerism. Suppose the alkane is like this. I have given the functional group is attached here, and in another one the functional group is attached here. So here the functional group is attached to carbon 2. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is 2 pentanol, and here it is 3 pentanol. We can write them as pentan 2 ol. We can write it as pentan 3 ol. Okay, so this is your position isomerism. Again, in alkanes we can also have geometrical isomerism. That is, suppose we have got an asymmetric carbon. For example, it could be a compound like this, nitrogen. It could be here. It could be a functional group OH. Here it could be C2H5. Okay. Now if you take the mirror image, okay, how the tetrahedral structure will look? It will look C2H5, CH3, H, and OH. Obviously, these two mirror image, they cannot be superimposable. They are two different things. The way they are arranged, they are two different geometrically they are different. Okay, the C2H5 has come to this side, where it was in this side. So these are also examples of stereoisomerism which can be seen in case of your alkanes and their asymmetric alkanes. That means to the carbon these four groups are different from each other. Okay, so then it is possible to have stereoisomerism. Here the compound is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a 4-chain carbon atom and the hydroxyl is in the second carbon. So it is your butane to all. This is also butane to all, but one is R and there is S. Okay, just like C's and trans, these are R and S. Okay, now next come to the alkynes, and let's see what are the isomerism it can show. It can mainly show the position isomerism only. For example, we have this. Okay, another possibility is that the triple bond can be here. So this is your 1 butane and this is your 2 butane. Okay, now you will be thinking why the numberings are like unlike. Obviously, we will discuss about them also. So here we mainly see about the position isomerism. Okay, we can also see the chain isomerism. There is no doubt in it. For example, the arrangement could be like this: CH3, CH2, CH2, C, triple bond H. Okay, now suppose what I did is CH3, CH3. So like this also it is possible. So there also we can see chain isomerism in alkynes also. So that is what I am showing. As the number of carbon increases, the possibilities of trial, the arrangement of different groups may differ. There is possibility of different arrangement may differ. So here we can see that both have got the same molecular formula. So the formula over here is C5, 5, 6, 7, 8, C5H8, and here also it is C5H8. Count it, 5 carbons and number of hydrogen is 3, 6. So one hydrogen will come over here because it is triple and 3 bonds, hydrogen completing the 4 bonds of the carbon. So C5H8 only. So both of them have got the same molecular formula, but they have different arrangements. So they are showing chain isomerism here. So these are the isomers which can only be seen in the organic compounds. Now, if we name them according to the IUPAC nomenclature, their name differs. As you can see here, it is 2-pentanol, 3-pentanol. They can be also named this way also, pentane 2-ol. Okay, this is same. Both are IUPAC nomenclature. Pentane 3-ol. So pentanol, this is pentane 3-ol or 3-pentanol. So these are the examples of your isomers.